Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with GEC NASCAR THDesign Cup Series. We're going to be out here at Darlington for the final Stripe 272. This is the final race of the regular season. They're going to put it all on the line for us tonight to see who can punch that ticket for the last time and get as many points as possible leading into the playoffs. We do have an all-star race going on next week, so we will most likely not be broadcasting that, but we will be back to start the playoffs the week after that. So again, thank you all for being here. Big lineup tonight, big lineup. As always, you got up in the booth myself, Jamie G, and Kiernan. Kiernan, how are we doing tonight?
Yeah, doing great. Really looking forward to see what the Lady in Black has in store for our boys here tonight. I think there's a lot of people that could take this win out, and there's quite a few guys chasing over that final transfer spot. So yeah, looking forward to a great night tonight.
Well, as it's called by several names, Lady in Black is just one of them. We expect to see a lot of those Darlington stripes out here tonight. We seen a few of them on Tuesday. Not very many of them messing people up, though. I honestly, I didn't get a lot of damage from my stripes. So I don't imagine these Cup cars are going to get a lot of damage from very many stripes as long as they don't hit it too hard. You'd mentioned earlier something about the banking on this track. What was the banking on the track?
Jamie, you were meant to ask me that here in a little bit because I didn't quite have it, but yes, I have it now. So in 1 and 2, it is 25 degrees banking, and in 3 and 4, it's 23 degrees banking. But the interesting thing is the width of the track is 79 feet in turn 1.
Wow.
79 feet. And 62 feet in turns 3 and 4. So some interesting facts there.
And that actually creates that oval, that egg-shaped oblong oval that we see today. And the reason why they did that was because there was private property owned at the end of the track where turning 3 and 4 are, and there was a private pond over there that they could not remove, so they actually had to build the track around that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I also looked this up to here today, and I believe it's 1952 when they first raced on it, and there was 75 cars, and they had a purse of $25,325, which was 4 times more than any other race that season. So some interesting facts there.
Wow. I mean, in all honesty, to tell you the truth, this is one of the most technical tracks on the entire circuit, even for NASCAR drivers. The high line is going to be the way to go, but you're really going to want to enter these turns a little bit lower than you normally would on most tracks, because that car is sort of going to drift up. As we warned the drivers in the drivers meeting, you're not really going to want to go into these turns too wide. We've seen a lot of give and take in the truck series where people were backing out of that too wide before an incident actually occurred. But like you said, the Lady in Black's got a lot in store for us tonight, Kieran.
Yeah, turn 2 for me was really interesting on, what was it, Tuesday night. That was the demise of me, actually, turn 2. But it's very interesting. If you cut it too low or too high, you're going to be in big trouble.
No, 100%. And as always, up in the booth with us, we got Austin Swanson. Austin, how we doing, buddy?
Oh, doing well. Excited, as always, as the regular season comes to a close and we get ready to go to All-Stars and then the playoffs, especially with our expanded field this time around. I'm interested to see how the racers perform tonight with Malone having locked it down what seems like a long time ago. A lot of empty spots on that board for non-win-in drivers. So it's definitely going to get interesting when it comes down to points tonight.
Well, and speaking of Malone, Malone clutched up the regular season probably 2 races ago. So he is going to be crowned the regular season champion after tonight. That's going to lead him out to get a lot of points coming into the playoffs, because I believe you get several points for wins and then a few points for each stage that you'd won during the season as well, correct?
That is correct. If I did the math correctly, and it was a rough estimate, obviously kind of hard to predict how these last couple races go here at GEC, but coming into the playoffs, Malone could have as much as an entire race lead over every other playoff driver, which is crazy to think about. And it's really going to take some work from these other drivers to push through these playoff races and try and gain as much ground as they can.
Well, and that's all determinant if Malone can hang on to it until the end of the season. If he screws up a whole race and loses a bunch of points, he could be in trouble of not winning the championship.
Absolutely. Anything can fly. We're used to seeing some crazy things happen here towards the end of the season, especially with him locking it down. Anything can happen. We don't know if he's going to try and win out the race like he does with all the others. He might stop and try and push some teammates here and there to see what they can do as well. Anything is possible.
Well, and as we take a look at the race information tonight, yes, this race is going to be under darkness. It is 70 degrees, 92% moisture out tonight. So it is going to be a very, I want to say, grippy track. But if you come out on cold tires, that moisture is definitely not going to be your friend. It is going to send you around. So you really got to be careful, like I said, going into the turns You're going to want to enter those low and then come out as best as possible without getting yourself in any trouble. It is a 1.31 mile track. This is considered almost a short track, but we got 200 amazing laps. That's 272 miles here tonight at Darlington, South Carolina.
So when are the stages for this race? 50 and
50
and 100.
50 and 100. Right.
That is correct, yes. So 50 and 100 are going to be our yellow flag stages. Like I said, we've seen a lot of green flag racing coming to the truck series on Tuesday, so we're expecting to see very similar tonight. It was so green flag that our leader almost had 10 seconds on the entire field. So there's going to be a lot of advantage to the person that's going to be out front.
It's going to be really tight back for the transfer spot. There's only a couple of points amongst the guys, but Jacob Malone is 174 points ahead of the second position, Logan Wilson. Logan's had a great season, but man, Jacob's had an amazing season.
Well, and as we see the future a little bit, we could see either of those drivers holding up a trophy. But like we said, it's up to those 14 playoff drivers to come in and do the best they can in this race. Not only in this race, but for the playoffs to see who can take home that beautiful GEC trophy. Well, and as we know, it's called the Lady in Black, but also like I said, there's a few other names for this track, and one of them is going to be the track Too Tough to Tame, and that is 100% true. We're going to see a different variety of drivers up front than we normally do during our regular oval races, as we do in the regular Cup Series as well. We're going to see possibly, hopefully, a new winner. We got these guys out at qualifying right now. They're going to be racing around the track to see who can take that pole position, but it does look like Jacob Malone is off the track with pole position at a 28.52. That's going to be 0.2 in head of second place Joseph Barrow. Joseph Barrow in the number 4. It looks like he might start on the outside of Jacob Malone for the first time this season. I'm thinking it might be his second pole this season, but it looks like our top 5 is going to be Jacob Malone, Joseph Barrow, Shane Cochran, R. Lane, and Kenneth Gallman. To finish out our top 10, Caleb Ellswick, Kyle Dunn, Wesley Lynch, Darren Bruce, Benjamin Archuleta is going to lead out that top 10. So, before we forget and go to our famous national anthem, we're going to go ahead and do Who's Your Pick? We only got a couple of us here tonight, so we're going to go ahead and start with Kiernan. Kiernan, who you got?
Well, I know he's fighting for a transfer spot, so I'm going to go for Kenneth Gallman tonight. I know he's great on short tracks, so not quite a short track here, but yeah, I'm going to go for Gallman tonight.
All right, not a bad pick at all. Gallman's an extremely fast driver, been up in the top 5 several times this season. I believe, isn't he one of our winning drivers going into the playoffs as well?
I'm not sure if he's won one this year or not. I don't think he has, actually.
I don't think he's won one, but he has definitely been pushing the points week over week and is having a heck of a season so far.
Yeah, no wins yet this season, Jamie.
Well, either way, great pick. We're going to go ahead and Austin Swanson. Who's your pick?
Ooh. I'm going to pull a fast one here, and I'm going to go with the 33, Mr. Lynch. I've been waiting for him to win into the playoffs all series long.
Yeah, that's a good pick. At the moment, he's sitting in 5th spot in the standings. 6 points ahead of Darren Bruce in 6th. So, yeah, nice pick.
No, absolutely. Great pick. Lynch obviously almost clutched up the championship last season, almost bringing home that trophy. Just wasn't able to bring it home at the end. But we're going to go ahead and kick off with our national anthem, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with GEC eNASCAR.
Oh, say, Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Let's go ahead and take a look. So as we start off row 1, Jacob Malone with Joseph Barrow. Row 2, Shane Cochran, R Lane. Row 3, Kenneth Gallman, Caleb Ellswick. Row 4, Kyle Dunn and Wesley Lynch. Looks like we are going green flag, ladies and gentlemen. Darren Bruce, Benjamin Archuleta in row 5. Chris Campbell and Marion in row 6. Row 7, Sprouse and Whitehead. Here we go. That is a green flag for the last race here. It looks like Malone got a decent jump there. Sorry I ran out of time for the scrolling grid. But looks like Barrow underneath the number 60 right there, going into turns 3 and 4, coming out to the finish line here. Cochran right there behind him. But yeah, like you were saying, we'll go into my pick. Let's see.
Gotta be a good one.
You know, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Ninja Shane Cochran, the 86 this week. Fast
Great.
driver, knows a lot about the track, doing really, really well all season. I really expect him to perform really, really well tonight. So, and we do have our first caution here. Not sure what happened.
I don't see anybody dropping at the moment either, so it's hard to pick up.
Andrew Lons is off in the pits.
Oh, there he is.
Is that him? Was that him?
Yeah, maybe.
Let's take a look. Oh, he got packed by the 36 of McCabe. 36 goes around. 93 making contact with the 36. Let's take that back a little bit and see what we can see. What happened to Lons there? Oh, man. Looks like Dusty off the wall.
Yeah.
Into Lons. Lons up into the right-hand side. That slowed him down quite a bit. He tried to recover and lock it up, but the 36 just couldn't avoid it and just packed him hard. 36 is going to have damage, 3 is going to have damage, and the 97 definitely is going to have some damage.
Yeah, there was someone ahead of Dusty that went into the wall, and it looks like Dusty just followed him in, which is So easy to do on this track.
Well, it looks like Berkmeyer jumped into the pits. Was there an incident after? Hold up. It says Josh Eller, jumped to the pits. What happened? He just pulled off the track.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, I don't see anything crazy with him.
I think he got into the wall right ahead of Dusty. First caution with four on the board. Burrow and Cochran were putting pressure on Malone out front.
I seen that.
This is going to be a tight race.
Well, and we did have a very quick caution in the truck series as well in the beginning. Unfortunately, I was involved in that, not by choice, but looked like two cars got into each other once again. I tried to avoid it, but I couldn't avoid it, and they came down and smashed me. I wound up working that whole race with almost 4 minutes of damage, so you can have a certain amount of damage and still be able to run this race effectively and be competitive.
Looks like the lights are off on the pace car.
Yeah, very, very short pace laps on this one. There's not a lot of time to get that damage fixed. You're going to have to get back out on the track as soon as possible. Looks like we have lost a couple drivers already. Still real interested why Berkmeyer had to jump in to the pits. I didn't catch anything about that.
Berkmeyer had some disconnection issues due to some internet trouble there. He actually just got his 2 laps back as well.
Okay, awesome. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are back to green flag. Malone with a decent jump right there. Number 4 still in second place. 86 is going to be fighting off the number 87 of R Lane, trying to get up into that 3rd spot. R Lane just poking through real quick. R Lane looks like he is going to go ahead and take that 3rd spot away from Shane Cochran. Number 60 has got some pressure from Joseph Barrow.
Yeah, it looks like Burrow's hunting him down pretty well. He's got really good mid-corner speed, and I'm sure that's something Malone will adjust to.
Well, as we know, Barrow, he has a lot of experience out here on Darlington. I was out in the practice race with him on Monday, and I mean, he was blowing my doors off, and I took the fastest time in practice. So we know he's quick. We know he's gonna side by side with the number 60 now. Number 4 putting all the pressure on him.
Yeah, right about mid corner, he closes up.
Well, and that's smart. He's just trying to back out to not cause that incident, I imagine.
Yeah, Malone's got a lot of pace off the corner. Malone might be saving his tires a little bit.
That is a very strong possibility. These guys are going to get about 35 laps for their tires, so it's going to be real interesting to see what they can do.
A real smart move by Burrow, just having a slightly different line than Malone. Because when you're stuck right up under the other guy on this track, it can get a little dicey.
Gallman on the inside right there, taking that spot away.
Go Gallman.
From Marion. Yeah, he's doing all right. Caleb Ellswick right up behind the 86 of Shane Cochran in 5th place. We do have another caution out. I'm not sure. Again, it didn't tell me who crashed. I'm going to guess Reggie good. Evans is slowed up pretty good. And it was Evans up into Menchaca. Evans goes sideways on the track in front of the 97 of Andrew Lons. Lon slows up a good amount. It doesn't look like he took too much damage right there. Evans trying to recover hard, doing a good job of not causing any more problems for people.
Poor Lance. That's the second time he's got messed up in someone else's incident.
Yeah, he was involved with Dusty, wasn't he?
Yeah.
No good. I think, and again, that could have something to do with the damage, right? Because even though I was competitive with damage, it was still hard to take those turns. And now is not the time you want to use that fast repair. The fast repair, man, 200 laps, I'm saving that as much as I can. Looks like Lon's the 97 still into the pits, getting some of that damage fixed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the fastest 5 drivers on the track right now. Malone with a 28.89 and Barrow with a 28.98. Whitehead right in third for the fastest lap, in 9th place with a 29 even, and then Caleb Ellswick 29.01. R Lane is right there in there as well. Rookie driver here at GEC 29.04.
That's interesting because there's not a lot of difference between the truck times and the cup times in this.
No, not at all, actually. I think the fastest times we were running was a 28.9.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're thereabouts. Of course, they handle totally differently both cars around here. Or car and truck, should I say. You know what I mean.
Well, and coming down to it, we do have some points on hand going into the playoffs and some challenges to talk about as far as like who's on the cut line and who's not on the cut line. Do you have that pulled up?
Yeah, I do. It's really close between 10th and 15th. So in 10th we have Michael Boone on 230. Actually, just ahead of him, we have Openchowski on 232 in 9th, and Caleb Ellswick is in 11th with 231. So that's 3 points below Boone. Hanneman, of course, already has a win and is in, but then we have Goldman that is 6 points behind Caleb Ellswick. Yeah, so it's all really, really tight there.
Well, an interesting issue that I just seen, Logan Wilson actually never started the race. So it's going to be interesting to see where that puts him on the playoff standings, considering you said he's running second, right?
He's running second, 174 points behind Malone, but that'll drop him because he's only, 16 points ahead of Harris.
Oh, he'll be all right. He's got those 2 wins holding him steady.
Yeah, he'll make it okay. Yeah.
Here we go, back to green flag here at Darlington for the final stripe 272.
What a great shot. That showed the whole entire field. Yeah, that was awesome.
Wow, huge
great
jump.
Great start by Malone.
Well, and if
you Cochran.
Yeah,
Cochran's
go ahead.
around Burrow. Cochran got Burrow on that turn.
Cochran up to second place, that number 86. Barrow, he's just going to hold off, sit in the back, and see what he can do to save those tires. But we did just have an issue with Sprouse. Reggie Evans just entered pit lane as well. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we can see with Sprouse. Oh, Sprouse got sideways down the bottom of the track. Completely sideways. No caution comes out for that. No damage to his car, so hopefully he's able to get that back up and running.
Good to see Lance didn't get into him then.
Yeah, that was real close.
Because he's been involved in all the other incidents.
Well, an amazing job by him by just keeping it recovered and down on the bottom of the track, so he didn't involve anybody else into that.
You're right.
We did see that a few times. We've seen a few crashes in the truck race where, you know, cars got into each other and it actually never called a caution. That was my first caution in the beginning, or the first wreck in the beginning was those cars getting into me, and no caution ever came out. So,
Well, I believe if you're down on the apron, the caution won't come out. So once you go below that white line, the caution won't come out unless there's two of you down there.
it's a battle.
Man, look at that paint job on Campbell's car.
That's who I'm watching right now. Actually, I'm watching Openchowski go on the inside of Campbell. He backed off in the last corner, but he is going to be able to take it right there. 51 with a little bit of contact to the 52. Benjamin Archuleta looks like he's trying to speed past Campbell as well. He's not going to be on his inside. He may take it right here from him.
And he had great speed then.
And Archuleta does take it from the 52. He's going to be right up behind his teammate of Justin Openchowski in the 96. It always feels good when you got teammates around you.
It does. I hate to say this, but it looks like Malone to me is saving his tires. He's backing off mid corner. I think he can go quicker than that mid corner. So I think he's saving his tires, and he's still out front. See, Burrow has jumped onto the back of Cochran here. And then we have Ellswick now sitting behind Lane, followed by Goldman in 6th.
Gallman, he's going to be trying to chase down the 66 of Ellswick, but Lynch is right up behind him. They are, Lynch's skid mark, and Gallman, I believe, is outlaw, right?
No, they're both skid mark.
Oh, they are both skid mark, yeah. So another set of teammates right next to each other.
So I think they'll be gentle with each other. But it does look like Wesley's a little bit quicker than Goldman at the moment.
Well, as we look at the last 5 for 5 real quick, Malone still at the top with the fastest time, but Barrow is right behind him with a 20. Malone has a 29.26 and Barrow with a 29.30. But that leaves Shane Cochran right there with a 29.33, Caleb Ellswick 29.36, and R Lane also with a 29.36. All the top 5 drivers are the fastest 5 right now.
They are, but I've noticed that this is about the time where the tires drop about half a second, and I'm just seeing that in their lap times as well. They're running 29.3s, 29.4s now, so that means there's a bit of deg on the tires at the moment.
The 52 looking at Archuleta trying to get that spot back. He's trying to get back up into the top 10. Openchowski holding the last spot in the top 10 at the moment. Archuleta, nice speed coming into that corner right there, getting right up behind Openchowski, seeing if he can make that pass.
Jamie, these guys look like they're in a groove now. I hate to say this, but because I don't want to give them the commentator's curse, but all of them are driving well and giving each other a little bit more space right now. And we saw this in the trucks the other night as well. So I think we're going to be locked in for some green flag action right here.
Nothing would make me happier, Kieran. Nothing would make me happier. I would love to see these guys get strategy built into this race, being such a technical track. I mean, amazing talent out there. I want to see them all finish this race.
It's interesting that Burrow's sitting behind Cochran. I wonder if he's just changed his game plan a little bit and decided that Cochran's going quick enough.
Well, they're not too far off of Malone. Malone's only about 1.2, 1.3 seconds ahead. That's not going to be a whole lot. Just one bad corner will take all that time away.
And Lane's closed that gap down to Burrow just a little bit too. He's not that far behind him right now.
Cochran collecting his first stripe of the night right there. Let's go ahead and ride along with R Lane and see what he's got going on in there. Just keeping that wheel nice and steady.
Man, as soon as you get into the wall like that and have a little bit of a stripe, it does scrub off a bit of speed. You noticed that just then where he closed on Burrow because Burrow kissed the wall. Beautiful wheel. Holding a nice steady wheel.
R Lane may be one of our rookies, but he knows what he's doing. Barrow up into the wall again. Cochran, I believe, also touched the wall. Couple stripes for both of them tonight. It's pretty fitting. Final stripe 272 at Darlington. I mean, these guys are going to collect a few. Barrow on the outside of Cochran right now, getting a little bit more speed. Barrow moving up into second place.
And that's where the etiquette has to be. These guys have to take it easy. Cochran could have stuck it in there and kept Burrow really, really tight, but he just let him go because he knew he was quicker.
Oh, Cochran tapping that wall one more time. Wow. That's going to give the 87 a good chance to dive on the outside or on the inside, and he does. He is going to be on the inside of Cochran. Let's see if he's going to be able to hold it. Oh, 87 way down the track right there. Oh, contact with the 86 and the 66. He's going to have to take it easy on going down that low. Dive bombing those corners is not going to be good here. You're not going to be able to recover it as well as you would if you took it just at that white line. It doesn't look like any damage to any of these vehicles, but good job for Cochran to keep that thing straight.
Yeah, there is a lane down there, but maybe not in the cup cars. There is a lane there in the trucks because they rotate, I think, a little bit better. But didn't look like that rotated at all.
87 down to the bottom of the track right there. Not sure what's going on with him. Looks like our lane is going down into the pits. He might have got some damage off of that.
Yeah. I didn't think it was that hard, but maybe it was.
I think we're starting to see green flag pit stops.
Yeah, we are. Menchaca's in, I think.
Yeah, Menchaca's coming in.
I just saw Gorman hit the wall there.
Yeah, I seen that too.
I thought Menchaca was coming in, but he passed the pit.
Well, it looks like we don't have a whole lot of pit information quite yet.
Remembering that our first stage is at 50, so we've got 16 more laps.
Well, it looks like currently in the pits, Whitehead, Marian, Archuleta, and Menchaca all down in the pits.
Malone's got a 3.5 second gap over Burrow at the moment. Seems to be staying stagnant. So
yeah, it looks like he was able to double that lead, but as we've seen, even in the truck race, Craighead, our normal person up front, he just made a mistake and it took him out of the race completely, unfortunately. I hope Malone's able to hold on to it. It does look like he's catching up to a couple lapped cars. Campbell is going to be one of those first lap cars he's going to be catching up with, so he's going to have to make his way around some slower vehicles. But they're not going to make it easy either. Malone looking to the outside of the 52. 52 looked like he wanted to give it to him, but Malone didn't have enough speed to get there. He's going to be on the inside of the 52 now. They're going to go in too wide into that corner. Malone slowing down right there, checking up hard, so he didn't get up into the 52. See, that's the respect that we expect to see here tonight.
Yeah, Campbell's trying to stay on that lead lap. It's important for him. He is in 21st position, but he wants to stay on that lead lap, so he's fighting for all he can right now.
Well, I know when we finished the truck race out, we only had, what, 10 drivers on the lead lap? Maybe less.
Yeah. So Sprouse is onto pit road here now. And LZ's on, and Burrow and Goldman. So now we're starting to see green flag pit stops.
It's going to be quite interesting to see where everybody's going to wind up shaking out. Barrow, Gallman, and Lynch all down into pits. That was definitely a team strategy right there. Oh, 66 up into the wall.
I was going to say, a lot of the skid mark boys. Where's Elliott tonight? I know he's fighting hard. Is he here tonight?
I don't see Elliott, actually.
Well, that's a shame because he was fighting over that transfer spot.
Drivers in the pit now. Sprouse, LZ, Barrow, Elliott, Gallman, Lynch, Dunn, and our leader Malone. Shane Cochran is now in the lead.
Yep, so Elliott is out there.
Cochran, or Ellswick now down into the pits. Cochran saying, screw it, I'm going to stay out here as long as I can.
Yeah, he has a bit of a lead right now over Pinchowski, followed by Bruce, Berkmeyer, and McCabe.
Well, surprisingly, oh yeah, no, he's coming in now. 39 comes in under the number 86 into the pits. Is 86 going to be able to do it? Oh, he gets turned into the 39. 39 goes around coming in. Darren Bruce. Bruce gets straightened back out. He's going to be back on pit lane. Hopefully he didn't take any damage on that.
Bruce was pretty aggressive on pit entrance, but yeah.
Number 3 and the 71 get into each other right there a little bit.
That gives the lead to Openchowski. So Openchowski followed by Berkmeyer. Actually, Openchowski must be coming into the pits.
Yeah, Berkmeyer now takes the lead with McCabe and Boone right behind him. It's going to be interesting, like, penalty-wise, and to see, like, who made mistakes coming into the pits, because I think that's going to play a huge role in tonight's race.
Yeah, it is. And at this place, I think it's better to be conservative because it's easy to get the back end out coming in or to miss it totally.
Well, and as we go ahead and look at it, it looks like the top 5 drivers haven't pit in 31 laps.
Malone only took 2 tires.
Yep, he sure did.
Call.
Nope. Yep, he took 2 tires. Who else? McCabe took 2 tires, but he pitted 31 laps ago. Elliott is out there.
Elliott. Yeah, Elliott only took 2 as well. Probably a good move.
Good for him. I'm glad he's going to be able to try for that transfer spot.
And Darren Bruce also only took 2. So a few guys only took 2. Interesting to see where they cycle out. Also interesting to see how they are after a couple of laps. But there's only 6 left in this stage, Jamie. So not long to go.
Well, and if those front drivers can complete the stage without pitting, it's going to be a big problem for our front runners today.
Yeah.
Well, and I imagine they're going to come down into the pits anyway, and they'll wind up shuffling out in front of the
Berkmeyer's coming in. Yeah, Berkmeyer's on his way in. So he relinquishes the lead to McCabe.
We're going to have a lot of lead changes tonight.
Yeah, so interesting. Both the McCabe's took their last fuel lap was 34.
34 laps ago, yeah.
So they might be able to make it.
I don't know. I don't think they have 40 laps in the tank. I think the max was 35, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Right.
So we'll see if they wind up coming in. They might get 36 out of it, maybe. But it's going to be a tough call.
Yeah, so we've got 3 laps to go.
Well, and at that point, what's the detriment? You know what I mean? What's the detriment of the tire wear off and the time you're losing versus those guys coming in? McCabe gets up into the wall a little bit right there, the number 36. Malone, or Marion down low, Gallman down low, Barrow now getting back towards the front. We still have 3 drivers that haven't pit. Lon's now coming down into pit lane.
Whoa, it gets tight now. I think they're going to do it.
They might do it, man. They might.
Oh,
That's going to be incredible. That's going to leave a bunch of people a lap down trying to get that lap back.
I'm not seeing... They're still doing decent lap times.
Yeah, McCabe, Boone, both McCabe brothers and Boone are the only ones that have not pitted yet.
They're going to make it. What a great strategy call. Good job, guys.
Wow, that's incredible. Friggin' incredible. That is insane.
We have Elliott on screen right now. Elliott's moved his way up to 8th in the standings.
And good job by him all season, man. He's really been coming out and putting down a hell of an effort all season, just making his way towards the front and just making his presence known.
Yeah, he has his teammate at the moment closing him down, Burrow.
And that is going to be our stage, ladies and gentlemen. McCabe taking the stage on a odd pit stop there. It looks like McCabe, Boone, both McCabe, Jason McCabe and Josh McCabe, Malone, Ellswick, Lane, Dunn, Elliott, Barrow, and Marion all taking stage points.
Well, a couple of great calls in there to take 2 tires, like Elliott to take 2, Malone to take 2, and of course both the guys in the first, second, and third extending their fuel out to cover that. That's awesome.
Well, and that was an incredible run as well. Seen a couple incidents that didn't come with caution, so that was good news to see. But
Yeah,
now
that was a nice green flag run.
First stage for the final stripe 272 at Darlington here in South Carolina. Little bit of a cooler night than normal. I know when I woke up this morning and went outside, it was pretty chilly, I'm not gonna lie. So I expected tonight to be a cold night on the track. It was only 70 when they started. So it looks like these guys are getting between 35 and 40 laps on their fuel.
Yeah, that's a great effort. Now, did anyone get caught a lap down? Archuleta is a lap down. He should get the lucky dog probably. We've got a couple of other guys, Sprouse, LZ, and Reggie Evans, along with Menchaca and Haynes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Hughes is still in the race, but I know Eller and Wilson are not in the race.
Menchaca and Haynes are 4 laps down. I think Menchaca got some damage on. Oh no. Just before the pit cycles.
Richard up front. How did Elliott get up front? Is he? He's not a lap down, is he? No, he's not. He's in 8th place, but he's behind the pace car. Something's weird.
I'm not sure how that happened. Unless the other guy's pitted, but
It shows McCabe, Boone, McCabe, Dunn, Malone, R Lane, Ellswick, and then Elliott. So maybe Elliott was a lap down. Barrow a lap down. Yeah, all these guys were a lap down. What?
huh. Okay, the graphic that you and I are looking at is different than what we're seeing on track, so.
Well, no, Boone is up front. With Josh McCabe right behind him. Yeah, it's on. It's where it's supposed to be. Looks like we're about to go back green flag already here, Kieran.
Yeah, it's an interesting lineup here right now.
Here we go. Green flag is out. McCabe, Boone, McCabe, Ellswick, and R Lane to lead out your top 5. Had to do something with that pit strategy. 35 and McCabe, huge jump out front.
In and out, boys. Sorry, in and out. IT and out, boys, starting to line up again like they did last week.
Well, it looks like the 35 and the 36, the McCabe brothers, are first and second right now. Malone sitting in 6th place, right behind Ellswick. Barrow in 8th. Man, that stage and those green flag pit stops just jumbled everything up.
Yeah, really. Looking at the scoring board, you and I are looking at the same one.
Yeah.
It keeps acting like a ticker. It's just ticking over the whole entire time. So it just hasn't stabilized out yet.
Barrow and Gallman had a crash. Barrow down to the bottom of the track. What happened here? Oh, Barrow Gallman in the 95 of Birkmeyer going around. No caution comes out. They're going to have to get those trucks back up and running. Or get those cars back up. My bad. Those cars are back up and running. Not what you wanted to see for Birkmeyer or those guys. Birkmeyer already involved in an incident tonight, so I'm not sure if he still has that fast repair. But Birkmeyer just getting collected, minding his own business. Looks like R Lane making moves. Caleb Ellswick up to 3rd, R Lane up to 2nd, chasing down the number 35 of McCabe. 35 McCabe goes down the track, R Lane up on the outside. Ellswick almost splitting it 3 wide, making the decision not to do that was probably smart. The 87 of R Lane now up front, and Ellswick now on the outside of the number 35.
Lane was pushing pretty hard there. He got mid-corner and he got up into the wall, but he was still able to take the lead. The 35 of McCabe has gone off the pace just a little bit here. Looks like he's starting to fall back into his rhythm again now. I don't know about you, Jamie, but for me, this track is all about a rhythm. Once you get into the rhythm, it's everything's good. Once you get out of the rhythm, it can get a little scary.
Yeah, it happened to me a couple times, but yeah, once you feel like you're just driving and just focused, the laps just start flying by. But the McCabe brothers are still right there, 35 up into the wall a little bit. That's going to give the number 60 the advantage. Jacob Malone, he's in 4th place, pushing on the inside of the 35.
It's a tough pass right here. He let him through.
Good job by the number 60 of making that work.
So I'm changing my pick from Gorman to Lynch now. No, I'm joking.
Not fair. Not fair. Well, Lynch just had a huge checkup from the 17 of Sprouse.
I was just going to look at how far Burrow and Lynch, Gorman dropped after that incident. Gorman is a lap down now. Burrow is at the end of the lead lap. As I go through this list here, there's a couple of guys we haven't mentioned a lot of tonight. So I'll just mention where they're running at the moment. Birkmeyer is running in 15th position. Dunn is running in 13th. Whitehead is running in 14th. Chris Campbell is running in 9th. We mentioned Elliott before. He's moved his way up to 7th. And Boone in 6th.
Well, it looks like Malone has made his way from 6th all the way to 3rd. He's chasing down Caleb Ellswick and our leader, R Lane, at the moment. Not that far behind. R Lane only has a 0.3 gap on Caleb Ellswick. Caleb Ellswick with about a 0.4 gap on Jacob Malone.
Middle of the race here. Still racing hard, but just feeling everybody out right now.
Haynes down to the bottom of the track for some reason. Not sure what happened right there. 77 on the inside of the 31. Seeing if he could get that position away. Whitehead fighting hard with K. Dunn right there.
That was a great move by Haynes to get down out of these guys' way. He's 5 laps down, so he's being polite. So good job, Hayes.
Yeah, amazing courteousness from these drivers tonight. These guys are all on point, just backing out of those turns when they feel like something bad's about to happen. It's like Christmas Day when you get a present from a relative you didn't expect.
Yeah. Whitehead's got a good run here. This will be interesting here on the 31.
That last lap, he did take a stripe, but it doesn't look like it slowed him down any. The lady in black is taking all these guys to dinner tonight.
Yep, it's okay to get Darlington stripes on the side. Just don't get them on the front and the back. I unfortunately had one on the front this week. So.
Oh, I got dumped into the wall right there towards, I think, the last couple laps. I finished the race with almost 8 minutes of damage.
Well, I've got nobody else to blame apart from myself, so that's the way it goes. Great move by the 31. Just got up the inside there.
Trying to take that position from Archuleta. Archuleta sliding down, making that corner. He's going to gain some speed, give a little bump to the 31. 77 down to the bottom of the track. Chris Campbell going in.
That was a really good move by Archuleta then. He was going to lose the spot anyway, and he got out of the way of everyone else that was chasing him.
Well, it looks like these guys are coming in for another green flag pit stop. Whitehead, Bruce, Campbell, and Lynch all down into the pits.
So a couple of those guys only took 2 tires. Like Elliott only took 2 tires, so don't blame Elliott for jumping in the pits. And I think Lynch.
Elliott's still out there.
Oh, he is. Sorry, my bad.
Did I say Elliott?
I thought you did, but that's
If
okay. Maybe
if I did, then he definitely went down in. But right now, it's going to be Lynch, Bruce, Whitehead, and Archuleta down into the pits, and Menchaca.
Yeah, I see Elliott holding steady in 8th. So actually, he just took Marion. He's now in 7th.
Yeah, Marion's coming down in.
Yeah.
That's gonna.
That's interesting there. That sorry, Jamie, but Richard Elliott and also Malone only took 2, and they're still quick. So there's very little fall off for those guys.
Well, if you look at now, our lane is now taking the lead. He's going to be up front of Malone. Malone just passing the number 66 of Caleb Ellswick. Marion coming into the pits as well.
Great effort by Lane out here. Right in the front here.
Barrow now coming in. This should be the last pit stop before the green flag or the checker or the yellow flag for the second stage. Oh, the number 60 up into the 87 hard.
Ooh.
87 tapping the wall right there.
Looks like he's okay. He's just dropped a couple of spots, but
I don't know. Archuleta is now on his backside.
yeah.
Archuleta looking to get some spots back. A bunch of these guys are going to be a lap down after that green flag pit stop, but these guys got 24 laps to go. So our lap leaders so far, Jacob Malone with 39 laps, R. Lane with 16, McCabe with 13, Birkmeyer with 4, Cochran with 2, Boone with 1, and Openchowski with 1. All those drivers are going to get a point.
Openchowski is the first car a lap down at the moment. And he's battling for that lucky dog spot with Lynch and Cochran at the moment because they all pitted.
Well, as we look at the best laps of the race, Joseph Barrow edging out Malone for the fastest lap right now for 28.86. Malone with a 28.89. Lynch in third for that, 28.90. Gallman 28.91. And Whitehead 28.93. Those are so close together for the top 5 lead laps right now. Top 5 fastest laps, anyway. Looks like Ellswick now catching up with that number 87. I'm not thinking the 87 took very much damage, if any, off of that contact with Malone.
So it looks like Elliott came into the pits. He'd be happy he's got 4 new boots. I wonder how it's handling different than just taking the 2.
Only 20 laps to go for stage 2 here, Kiernan. And it looks like Malone has now taken it to 3.4 seconds ahead of second place of our lane.
Yeah, he will have to pit though.
Oh, 100%. So for the top 15 all the way to Openchowski, which is in 9th. So the top 9 right now have not pitted. Birkmeyer with the most laps out there, 34 laps on his tires.
Look, those top guys I wouldn't pit at the moment either until you had to for fuel because the lap times are holding steady to the guys that did pit. So Malone, for instance, is doing last lap was 29.5, and the guys that have pitted, let's say Lynch, did a 29.45 or 29.5. So
Wow.
pretty much the same times right now. So if I was them, don't pit until you have to.
No, I agree wholeheartedly.
So just running through the top 10 right now, we have Malone, Ellswick, Lane, McCabe 36 in 5th, Boone, Dunn, Openchowski in 8th, Cochran in 9th, and Marion in 10th.
Looks like Birkmeyer did decide to come down into the pits. Maybe.
Yeah, I noticed that Lynch on that graphic only took 2. Lynch and Campbell only took 2. Lynch took 2, but he didn't get the same effect timing-wise as the others guys got in that previous pit stop. First car a lap down at the moment is Cochran. That'll be
Birkmeyer.
your pick.
Yeah,
That'll
and
be your pick, Jamie. Yeah.
I'm hoping he's able to get back up on the lead lap. I'm sure he is. Haynes up into the wall a little bit right there. Not sure what happened. Taking a bunch of damage to the right front of that 3. Looks like he may be coming into the pit lane. He is.
Man, look how wide that track is. Oh my god.
I know.
Wow.
Well, and it feels like there's 15 lanes on the track, but really there's only 1.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Maybe half a lane, but 1.5. But man, a track so wide, you think there'd be lanes everywhere.
14 laps to go in stage 2. Let's look at some of our biggest gainers of the night. Both McCabe brothers are both up 20 spots, and they're both in 4th and 5th. That's crazy.
Yeah, what a great effort. Man, that's awesome. Great game plan. Good job, guys.
Boone up 10 spots. He's in 6th. Reggie Evans up 8 spots in 19th. And Openchowski up 7 in 8th.
So if these guys get a yellow flag here, that will catch everyone from 10th on a lap down.
Well, as we pull up some of our drivers that had to get damage fixed, Menchaca with 7.5 minutes, Haynes 3:18, Barrow with 1:12, Openchowski 38 seconds, Archuleta 36, Evans 31, McCabe 28, and Lons with 20. Well, as we come to the close of stage 2 for the Lake Dog home inspection, final stripe 272. Let's see who's going to take these stage points. Lane still up in the lead. Malone and Ellswick now down into the pits. $97. Go ahead.
Looks like Lane's dropping down into the pits here now.
Yeah,
Or
the
maybe he
McCabe.
just got over. Maybe he just got past. by
No,
both
no,
McCabe's.
he dove in. Yeah, he's in pit lane now. Both
Okay.
McCabe brothers back out front again.
What a
35
great
and
night
36
them.
for the lead.
Yeah.
You think they're going to try to do it again?
Well, I would say no, but I mean, jeez.
I would have said no the first time.
I know.
Looks
I wonder how many laps it is since. There we go. Or maybe they can do it. No.
no, they're coming in now. They only had like 2 or 3, maybe 3 laps at the most left. As they pit, that's going to give the lead back to Jacob Malone in the number 60. They're coming back
like
out
the-
already. Oh, wait. The number 36 didn't come out with his... Looks like they came out a little separated. There might have been some trouble in pit lane for the 36.
So now the running order is Malone, Ellswick, Marion, Cochran, Bruce, Lynch, Lane, and Dunn.
Lynch down to the bottom of the track on the front stretch. Wonder what
Lynch
happened.
put out in the Discord that he's going for it tonight, so...
Or wait, that wasn't Lynch. Sorry. Yeah, I seen that. He said, I'm going for it all tonight. We also got Chaotic Storm in there. Said, let's go. Good luck, all racers. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Keep up with all that amazing racing. Hit the little bell off to the side to get your notifications every time we go live here at GCE NASCAR. Malone back out to the front. Malone has a 14-second gap on second place of Caleb Ellswick. Malone now on the outside of the 51 of Archuleta. Archuleta coming down into the pits. Gallman also in the pit. Looks like Barrow just got passed by our leader. So that's going to put him a lap down, unfortunately. Number 60 just passing a lot of those lapped cars. We almost seen our leader in the truck series lap everybody. Ooh, Malone up into the wall a little bit right there. Tapping the backside of that car on the wall. He's going to have to slow down.
One mistake here at this place.
That's it. That is it.
Yep. It can ruin your night if you do it in the wrong spot.
Barrow trying to chase down Malone so he can get that spot back. Looks like all of our drivers are lapped down right now. Whitehead, Birkmeyer, Campbell, Openchowski, Sprouse, Gallman, Evans, Archuleta, Barrow, Haynes, Menchaca, Elzy, Hughes, and Wilson. Logan Wilson's out there.
He must have been having technical problems. One thing I just noticed, Jamie, is Burrow is 4 down. So he's had a few problems somewhere.
Barrow's 4 laps down. Oh, he is 4 laps down.
Yeah.
Let's go check damages, see if he had any big repairs. No, he only had the minute and 12 seconds. Unless he got a speeding in the pits or something. I'm not sure what happened to Barrow.
So that actually puts Whitehead on the lucky dog, 1 lap down.
Well, here we go for the last lap here in stage 2. for the final stripe 272 at Darlington. Looks like Malone is going to go ahead and clutch that stage up.
14 seconds over Ellswick.
We seen about that with our leader, Thompson.
Yep.
In the truck race. And that is going to be our stage, ladies and gentlemen. Malone, Ellswick, Marion, Bruce, Cochran, Lane, Lynch, Dunn, 35 McCabe, and Richard Elliott all getting points for that stage. Wow, hell of a green flag run, Kieran. Hell of a green flag run.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a couple of those guys that are chasing for those spots. Like, that's the second time tonight that Elliott got points. He finished 10th, but at least he got some points.
Wait, it said Barrow and Whitehead crashed. Might have just came down to the bottom of the track, though. Yeah, Barrow's slowing down at the bottom of the track. Did he tow out? No, he didn't tow out.
Maybe. That's weird.
60 comes down. Whole slew of drivers coming down into the pits right now.
I think if you're mid pack, you'd be coming in, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would think so. Malone, Cochran, Ellswick, Lane, whole bunch of drivers, all the way down to, looks like 13th. 14th of Whitehead stayed out. Nope, he comes down as well. So everybody from 1st to 17th all came into the pits.
Yeah.
And they're all coming back out now. Still Barrow with the fastest lap of the night.
Well, I think these guys are doing a good job at this track. They're giving each other a little bit of room. They're still racing hard. It's interesting to see some of the strategies going on here.
Yeah, moment. Fantastic racing.
Man, I want to see somebody get up there with Malone and challenge Malone over a couple of stints.
Yeah, I was super excited to see Barrow and Cochran up there fighting with him in the beginning.
Yeah, me too. They've dropped back a little bit now.
Cochran is in 6th place. Unfortunately, Barrow, with the issues he's had, that's going to put Barrow in 22nd.
And you didn't even go for him tonight.
Yeah, I know. Maybe if I had, I don't know. Maybe it would have been the reverse curse tonight. But it looks like Caleb Ellswick is going to start on the inside of Jacob Malone. Jacob Malone starting up top. Marion and Bruce are going to push those guys. Let's see what happens on this restart. Malone always been good on the restarts. Getting a big gap last time. Here we go. Green flag is out. 60 with a decent jump. Number 66. He's not going anywhere, though. He's going to be keeping that second spot. But the 39 of Darren Bruce is going to be right there with him. Darren Bruce getting tipped by the 86 of Shane Cochran in the pits earlier. Bruce on the inside of the 66.
Bruce was really quick at practice tonight, so he may have something for Malone.
He definitely just made a good move on the 66 down low, taking that second spot away. That's going to drop Ellswick back to 3rd.
Got Marion. Marion's having a great night too, and Marion's obviously, well, not obviously, but also racing for points here tonight. Try and stamp his ticket to the playoffs.
Ooh! 39 just passed Malone.
Yeah, Malone got up a little higher. I think he touched the wall there.
Darren Bruce now taking the lead here at Darlington. Can he maintain it? Malone has been super lights out fast all night, but that is a big gap. Oh, 87 almost sideways right there. Contact with the 33. Great job by those drivers maintaining that. 87, good work. Our lane just beautifully done. Menchaca crashes and jumps to the pits. Let's go ahead and see what happens. I think he just slowed down and stopped his race. Yeah, he just slowed down and stopped. I wonder what happened. That was an amazing save by our lane. He may have dropped back a little bit, but no damage on either of those cars.
Great job by Bruce. Bruce is out in the lead now. What does he have? A half a second lead over Malone.
Now's the time to focus. They're coming up on Campbell.
Cochrane's forced his way to the front as well. Cochrane's in third right now. Only 2 seconds off the front.
Yeah, Cochran actually just moved up to third place, passing Caleb Ellswick in the 66. It's only going to be 2 seconds off our leaders here. 39 approaching that 52 of Campbell.
You see Lynch just got Marianne as well, moving Lynch up to fifth. A little bit further, he's 3.5 seconds back off our leaders.
.39 having to check up for the 52 a little bit, give him Malone the advantage. He cut down about .2 off the gap.
Yeah, this is where it gets tough for the leader.
Well, Malone, even if Malone got up there, he's not going to be able to pass both of those guys the way they're racing right now. 39 just on the inside of the 52. Let's see what happens here. Malone right on the back of the 39. 52 dives down low, backing out by the 33. Good job, Darren Bruce. Bruce touches the wall.
And it's so hard. There's just one lane. You can see it. Even the guy that's getting overtaken, he can't get out of his lane too much. Otherwise, he's going to drop too much time.
Caution is out. But I don't have any information. Did you guys see anything?
No, didn't see it.
Austin, did you catch anything on that last one?
Yeah, I believe it involves the 3 and the 96 coming out of the turn.
3 and Openchowski. All right, let's go take a look. Oh, Openchowski barely avoiding that sideways car of the number 3. Number 3 just having trouble getting around tonight. Unfortunately, he dove low and came out on Openchowski. Openchowski up into the wall a little bit, but not a lot of damage. The 3 just smashes into the side wall with the front of that car. Let's go ahead and bring it back a little.
Hey, Jamie, can you go in car for Openchowski?
I can, yeah.
That'd be interesting seeing him mid-corner and getting it up into the wall there.
I agree. go ahead and take a look. Oh, of course it did.
Sorry about that. Asking you that on the fly.
No, that's all right. It went right back out to the...
No, that's fine.
Let's go back a little bit and see what we can see there. Oh, 3 goes sideways. Openchowski barely avoiding that right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Openchowski was trying to stay off him as much as he could, and he got up into the wall, and then there was no room left.
Good work by Openchowski, keeping that car straight and recovering that. That puts Shane Cochran in the lead somehow.
Well, yeah, I thought it was just my monitor that was messing up, but...
No, and none of these guys came into the pits as of yet anyway, I don't think.
Something must have happened there because Malone is in 3rd now.
I see that. Where is, where's our previous leader? Darren Bruce is now in 10th.
It does look like, at least per my logs, we have Bruce, Malone, Ellswick, Lynch, Marion, Lane, Loans, Dunn, McCabe, Elliott, Boone, Whitehead, other McCabe, Gallman, Haynes, Wilson, Sprouse, Campbell, and Burkmeyer all entered the pits.
Oh, okay. All right.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I appreciate that update. We were so busy looking at the accident, but here we go. Pace cars off the track. 86 and 02 of Richard Elliott. Shane Cochran and Elliott are going to battle it out here for our restart. Here we go. Shane Cochran with a huge jump. Malone trying to keep up. Elliott lagging back a little bit right there, but he's going to maintain that 3rd spot. Malone's going to take away that 2nd spot, but Shane Cochran up to the front.
Elliott
Speaking
didn't
of
get
that
the
last caution there, we did actually have our first park of the night. Number 3 car, Haynes, has claimed his 2nd caution.
Ah, you hate to hear that.
Cochran's got himself a nice little lead, but wow. Look, Marion just swallowed him up then.
Some great updates from our race control, Austin Swanson. Thank you so much. We're going to be back,
Yeah,
green flag.
Thank you, Austin.
Yeah, it looks like Malone had a little bit of trouble right there. That's going to give the advantage to Cochran. He's going to be now a little bit in head.
Malone is so quick off these corners.
Yeah, it looks like... Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, by the end of the straight, he's closed that gap down again. Just on entrance, he just loses just a little bit just after entrance, but then he closes it down. I'm not sure if he's using a little bit of the brake to get a little bit more rotation in it or not.
Oh, he looks like he got loose right there.
It's a crazy little group that we're focusing on right now.
Yeah, they're going too wide, too deep. Too wide, 3 deep. Looks like they all level it out. Elliott up into the wall a little bit, giving the advantage to 39 and Lynch. 39 of Darren Bruce back up to 5th.
Yeah, when you're tight like that and you touch the wall, you're going to lose the spot.
Hold up. Looks like Cochran's gaining on, or increasing his lead on Malone by 0.5.
It's a little early for the Ninja, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? I was thinking the same thing. But either way, up front is up front. He's doing a great job of maintaining that lead. Oh, he gets up into the wall right there. Not good. That's going to give Malone the advantage on this back straightaway. Malone with a lot of speed. He's going to be on the inside of Shane Cochran now. Not able to take it.
That was great driving by Cochran. He didn't close the door on him. There's still 80 laps. He didn't block the inside lane. He's up into the wall there now. That's going to cost him. Going to cost him that top spot there now.
Malone back up into first. Cochran's also got to worry about Caleb Ellswick. Caleb Ellswick is going to be right there. 87 also right there. 87 of our lane, taking it away from Ellswick. Wait, whoa. Where'd Ellswick just go?
Been pushing hard. Yeah, it looks like he got loose coming off. I think it was 4.
That puts Darren Bruce back up towards the front in third, with our lane followed up with Lynch. Here we go, 39 now on the inside of Cochran. Cochran has to have some damage after all that. Touches the wall again. Looks like he got a little bit loose right there. That's going to give the advantage to the 39. 39 of Darren Bruce is going to go ahead and take that second spot and try to chase down our leader, Malone.
Is that damage, or do you think that's tires? He's pushed his tires a little hard.
It could be either or. As many times as he made contact with the wall. And again, like I said, I made a bunch of contact with the wall in our race, and it didn't give me any extra damage. So it could be tires.
Lane's pushing hard. I think Lane will get Cochran here in a little bit. Man, Bruce is close that gap to Malone.
Did he really? Oh, he did.
He's right on him now.
He's only 0.5 back. That's incredible. And he just lost another point on him. Wow. Bruce is lights out fast. Oh, we got a car sideways down on the bottom of the track.
Yeah, it looks like it's Lane.
Let's go back and take a look and see what happened.
Him and Cochran were pretty tight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he just got loose on his own and went down to the bottom of the track. Smashed in the back side of that car. Let's hope it's not too much damage.
Just pinching it on exit there in 4.
Looks like
too much.
Looks like I got a crash report from McCabe, the 35. Oh, Openchowski just up into the backside of McCabe right there, spinning him around on that front stretch. I'm surprised that didn't bring out a caution, but he's going to get back up and running. Not going to be happy with the 96.
Man, whenever you go down on that apron after a spin, it doesn't bring out the caution. So out front we have Malone that has half a second lead over Bruce, followed by Lynch, Cochran, and Elliott. Cochran is three and a half seconds back behind the leader Malone. Looks like we have a bit of pressure on Elliott now. Ellswick's pushing Elliott pretty hard here right now.
Well, Ellswick himself is trying to get a good points night. Take a look and see who's actually like fighting, and they need to have a good win, or I mean a good race, because I know that, like you said, from probably 10th to 15th is super close.
Well, let me go in reverse order. Josh McCabe is in 17th, and he is 4 points behind Loins in 16th. Loins is 1 point behind Elliott in 15th. Elliott is 1 point behind Marion, who is 13 points behind Goldman, who is 6 points behind Ellswick. So that's 11th to 17th.
Wow, that's incredible. That's so close. Those guys need to have a good night tonight to clinch their playoff spot. Ellswick around Elliott right there. Two of the drivers we were just talking about. They know what's on the line. They're going to try to pull out as many points as possible going into the playoffs.
I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Ellswick tonight. He's playing nice and conservative, just looking for that points total.
Oh, he's
driving tonight.
doing a great job. Extremely great job. Lynch up to third. When did that happen?
Yeah, I missed that. Yeah, you got Cochran. Got a good gap on Cochran too.
Yeah, he does. 1.4 seconds actually.
He's 1.5 seconds behind Bruce. So,
well, it looks like Bruce ran out of tires because Malone is just now gapped 2.4 seconds. He was only 0.5 ahead of Bruce a minute ago. Ooh, a little wiggle out of the 60.
On these longer runs, Lynch seems to have better pace.
Let's go ahead and check out the pit stats one more time. Looks like these drivers still got a little bit of gas left in them. They got about 10 laps to go before we start seeing that next set of green flag pit stops. Everybody's pitted about 22 laps ago. Almost everybody from the top 15 is pitted 22 laps ago. Now everybody has. And we are starting to see Shane Cochran now comes down into the pits.
I'm just looking at the chat. It looks like Reggie Evans said he had brake pedal issues tonight.
Oh, I hate to see that for Reggie. Having such a great season this season. Wasn't he one of the ones close to the clutch?
I don't see him there. Yes, he was. Sorry. He's 19th. A little bit below those guys, but as I said before, they're all tight, so tight it's ridiculous.
Well, again, Reggie, sorry that's the way that it ended for you, man. We really hope to see a great playoff stint from you, even though you may not be in it. You can still get a win. 60 Malone tapping the 87 out of his way right there.
So Reggie was on in 19th at 193 points, and 14th was on 208. So that is 15 points.
So a good
That's
night.
how tight it is.
Well, so far, drivers that are out of the race are going to be Reggie, Evan, Haynes, Menchaca, Elzy, Wilson, Hughes, and Eller. Well, no, Wilson's still in.
I didn't see what happened to Menchaca.
I didn't either. It looked like he just pulled down the bottom of the track.
Not sure if he had technical issues tonight or what.
Well, let's take a look, see who's got all those repairs. Menchaca, yeah, with 7 minutes and 31 seconds. Haynes with 3 minutes and 42. Barrow with only 1:12. It looks like not very many people had a lot of damage to get fixed.
No, we're at 141 laps now. 200 left. Not 200 left.
I was like, oh
59
man.
left. We'll be here for a long time. I am looking at the car that's a lap down at the moment, and that's Goldman sitting in the lucky dog spot. So he's praying for a yellow right now, I'm guessing.
Actually, mine is showing our lane to be the first one to lead lap down.
You know, yep, you're right. Mine just changed. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Our lane is definitely open for that yellow flag to come out, so that way he can get back up on that lead lap. He wasn't.
Boys might be. I think those boys might be fighting over that spot right now. So him, Berkmeyer, Goldman. Now, did Cochran pit? Because I show Cochran in 15th right now.
Let's take a look. Yes, Cochran pit 5 laps ago. Andrew Lon's just pitting now. But the top 13 have 30 laps on those tires.
You guys coming into the pits right now?
Bruce not falling that much further behind, but he's 2.9 seconds, almost 3 seconds. He is 3 seconds behind our leader. Still holding in there.
I don't think you can afford to take 2 tires this time.
No.
I think you have to take 4 because it looks very green to me.
Well, in my strategy would be definitely looking at how many laps are left and how many can I run on one stint. And generally, if I'm these guys, it's going to be 34 laps, maybe 36 laps, and then I'm going to want to come in. So that's 60-some laps. So either way, we're looking at only one green flag pit stop here, or one more green flag pit stop from our leaders.
And we see Lynch just took Bruce. So Lynch is into 2nd position now. He is 6 seconds down on Malone, but Lynch is in the 2nd position. We have everyone from the 8th spot onwards is a lap down at the moment.
Malone's still running strong.
Yeah, it looks like
I just
Bruce
heard somebody's engine blow. Barrow crashed.
Oh, sure.
Caution's out. Let's go take a look and see what happened. Barrow's jumped to the pits. It was his engine. Oh no, he did the same thing you did.
Yep.
On the same corner.
Yep. I know what that's like.
Barrow already 5 laps down. Unfortunately, I think that is going to be his night. Dang, man. Didn't even pick him.
Because I think he had already used his fast repair once.
Yeah, he did. I think so.
Yeah.
But as we're going to come back to green here in a moment, looks like everybody is coming down into the pits that's not a lead, that is on the lead lap. Except for McCabe. McCabe might trap everybody a lap down. Nope, he's going around.
He would have. It would have been pretty interesting. My man Goldman is now on the lead lap. Took a bit of work from him to get back onto the lead lap after an incident earlier in the race, but he's back on the lead lap now.
That is going to be our 6th lake dog and home inspection caution of the night. Well, that's all right. It's been an amazing final stripe 272 at Darlington for the THDesigns Truck Series.
Hey Jamie,
yeah.
I'm not familiar with Lake Dog. Tell me a little bit about Lake Dog.
Lake Dog Home Inspection is actually sponsored by Chad Ashley. I don't see Ashley out here right now, but again, amazing organization. They do great home inspections. I wish we should start posting links to our sponsors in our broadcast. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe even on the chat.
Yeah, we'll have to start getting like a little bit more information on our sponsors just to see what they want to broadcast to the world. But a lot of drivers going past that pace car just now. Lynch lining up with the number 60.
Did I see Malone get into the wall then?
I think so.
Not sure whether he was having a sip of beer or what he was doing, but boom.
Wow, incredible. We only have little less than 50 laps to go when we get started here for the last race in the regular season. Anything could happen.
IT and out, boys, on the outside. I'm sure they'll get a good start.
Man, it looks like IT and out is first, fourth, seventh, and eighth.
Yeah, they've been doing well.
Or sixth and seventh, it looks like. He just isn't caught back up yet. Lights are going to be off that pace car.
Last week they had a great race too. Marion in fourth. That's a really good effort by Marion to get up there into fourth.
Absolutely. I didn't even... Good call. I didn't even see him up there. Top 5, Malone, Lynch, McCabe, Marion, and Boone right now. Boone also having a great night for IT and out. A lot of those IT and out guys out there.
Yeah, top 7 cars. We got 4 IT and out guys. They must have their setups really dialed in. I think we need a tech inspection, check their engines or something.
Well, Elswick is back there in the top 10. They have actually 5 drivers in the top 10.
Wow, great effort.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Bam! Huge restart from the number 60 once again. That's going to give the advantage to the 38 on the outside of Lynch. They're going to battle it, or the 36 on the outside of Lynch. They're going to battle it out, trying to catch up to Malone.
It gets tied up here in cold tires. Be careful there, Lynch. No, they're not.
Nah, they single filed out. These guys have been being really smart tonight.
Yeah. Great start by Malone again, though. Wow. He got over three quarters of a second lead.
IT and out making moves right there. Up in front of Campbell. Boone in the 87. 87 down on the inside of Boone. Darren Bruce making his way back up towards the front. Openchowski in the 39 now fighting it out. We do have a caution. Looks like Marion and Boone. And Lane.
And I was just mentioning Marion. Sorry, buddy.
Looks like a little bit of net code between the 76 and the 11. Looks like he tried to straighten him out, but it just didn't work. Marion goes around. Really unfortunate seeing him get up there. Looks like 87 getting into the 76. Oh, a few cars involved in that. 76 of Wilson. He was several laps down, but getting involved in that crash. Marion, Boone, Lane, and Wilson all involved. There was a battle right there between the 15 and the 87 to get down into pit lane. I'm sure they're going to be coming down to get some of that damage fixed. Hopefully some of those guys have some fast repairs. That's going to give the advantage to our lap down driver of Kenneth Gallman. Gallman looks like he may be going around. Was it Gallman that went around? I don't think it was.
Dolman is showing on my telemetry a lap down. The first car a lap down, but I'm not sure if it hasn't updated or what.
Well, I just seen somebody go around the pace car, though. I'm not sure who it was. Bunch of drivers down into the pits. Now, if you're Malone or any of these front guys, Lynch, you know, McCabe, Bruce, are you coming in, or?
I think it's too early. I think, man, I don't know. Do you split this and come in at 25?
Well, with only 45 laps to go, I don't know if they'd be able to push it to the end.
Yeah, they're not going to make it, so I wouldn't be coming in. I'd be splitting this stage. Probably coming in with about 26 or 27 laps.
Yeah, I agree.
But maybe I'm wrong. There's no fall off on the tire. Because they did really well when the guys were just on 2. So, tough call. I tell you what, my next pit, I'd only be taking 2.
Well, Cochran has made his way back up into 5th place. He's the only driver with 19 laps left, or 19 laps on his tires.
Now I'm still showing Goldman as a lap down.
Yeah, me
13th
too.
Position.
So it looks like Marian actually got it. But Marian was involved, so he didn't go a lap down. Who got that lucky dog?
I don't know. I know who it was. I think it was Brinkmeyer.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Hunter. Yeah, good job, Hunter. Coming to green here. Let's see if Lynch can do something about Malone. Malone's had such great starts.
No, that's going to give the advantage with a good start to the 60 and the 39. 39 now taking that second spot away. Darren Bruce back up into second. Darren Bruce
Great
been one of the
stuff,
faster
Bruce.
cars. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Even with a great start, he's still got out to a quarter of a second lead. Wow.
Just an incredible race so far.
These guys have separated themselves a little bit from Dunn in 4th.
Yeah, they sure have, haven't they? Holy crap. After that restart, Cochran dropping back into 7th place. He's going to go ahead and just ride it out until he comes into the pits. So it looks like the pit window is about to open here on the next lap.
Wow. Jacob Malone just cracked off at 28.554. That's the fastest lap so far. Right there.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Absolutely did, but Darren Bruce tied him with a 28.55.
Wow. Wow. 557 he hit. Yep, for Bruce. That's really quick. And even in Lynch did a 28.586. So yeah.
That's incredible.
We're under yellow here now.
That is a yellow. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what happened. It looks like Andrew Lon's involved in that one. Oh no, the 52 up into the 66 of Ellswick, and then Lons gets caught up with his teammate, the 96.
And then that got Goldman as well.
Ellswick having such a good night. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Ellswick. Yeah, it looks like the 52 just tapped him on the back right there. 71 of Gallman right into him broadside. 97.
Yeah, looks like he had a bit of angle going on there. It looked like he was a little sideways and getting out of it. That's why the 52 got into him. Just that's what I could see. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah.
It did look like he was a little sideways.
Yeah, shame for Lane. He's fighting, of course, for that playoff spot. Sorry, not Lane. Lawns.
Well, it looks like a bunch of drivers actually just went down into pit lane. Yeah.
Was that a feint by Malone just then?
I think so.
Because he went awfully close to that cone. It wasn't Lane. Sorry, it wasn't Malone. Not sure who it was. It was an IT and out car.
As the racing intensifies, it looks like Malone coming in with only fuel on that one. Lynch only fuel as well. Campbell, Elliott, Gallman, Sprouse, and Wilson all trying to get that lap back.
I'm not sure if Lynch would prefer to be in second or in third. The outside lane seems to get a better launch than the inside lane.
Oh, 100%.
So, he'll be in the same boat again.
Well, and from the looks of it on the last restart, Lynch wasn't lined up correctly with the leader. And it looks like he is back further than the leader right now again. He's more lined up with third place than he is the leader. He's going to have to make sure that he lines up perfectly. There he goes. That's a little bit better.
Aiden puts in the chat, let's go, Whitehead. So, best of luck, Whitehead.
Here we go. Big restart by the number 60. Jeez.
Wow. Holy smokes.
He put over a half a second gap on those guys just on the restart alone. Darren Bruce fishing behind McCabe back there, the number 35. Looks like everybody in the top 15 had pitted but Whitehead and Gallman. Whitehead 10 laps ago, Gallman 15 laps ago. They're definitely going to have to come back in. But I think these guys have enough fuel to make it.
Cochran has a good run here. I think he got him on the inside. I can't remember who it was, but it was an IT and out car.
Yeah, that's going to be the 15 of Michael Boone.
Oh, now he's sliding up to the 31 of Dunn. Cochran looks like he's on it right now.
Yeah, Cochran's got to make a good run to try to get back up towards the front. The 31 into the wall a little bit right there. Cochran having to check up.
Lynch just did a 28.87. And Malone did a 28.9. So Lynch is closing in a little bit, but then of course Malone just flipped it the other way again. These guys up front are pushing hard. See, McCabe just did a personal best as well of a 28.9.
Caution is out.
Yeah, we got Bruce falling. I'm guessing it was Bruce.
That is possible. Let's go take a look. Bruce getting sideways right there. Lynch just tapping the backside, sending him around.
Yeah, nothing Lynch could do.
Looks like Bruce was able to lock it down, though. I don't think he actually made contact with the wall. If he did, it was barely.
He's still showing in 10th position, so, man, great save by Bruce.
Wow, incredible. That's going to be our 9th Lake Dog Home Inspection Caution of the night for the final stripe 272 here at Darlington. We're going to go ahead and cut to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the hot action here at Darlington, South Carolina.
Sun's going down and the rig is on. iRacing is where I belong. Discord's lit and the drivers are here. This is GEC, there's no room for fear. Green flag drops and the engines roar. 40 cars and we all want more. Mash the gases, we're on the line. Forward and we're feeling fine. Drifting close in a slipstream dance. Taking the corners in a high-speed trance. Try oval side by side. In this GEC League, there's nowhere to White flag need a perfect lap. All gas, no brakes to close that gap. Checkered waves in the racing world. Another battle is over and done. Cheers to the booth, hope they like the show. Victory lane is all
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Do I see Cochran out front?
You do? What? Malone back in 7th. What just happened?
Not sure.
Let's go look at the pit stops real quick. Yeah, it looks like everybody pitted but Shane Cochran in the top 15. And Chris Campbell.
Cochran has 8 laps on his tires.
He can still make it.
21. Yeah.
Cochran can still make it. Lights are off that pace car. It's going to be Cochran and McCabe battling it out here, hopefully for the last restart of the night. 30 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen.
Cochran's had pace.
Oh, absolutely. He's definitely fast. Beautiful restart by Cochran right there.
Yeah. And the leader's always got a good start tonight.
Hayden says, I'm famous. I was in the commercial. Yes, you were, sir. Yes, you were. Everybody behind him only has a few lap newer tires than him, so he should, as long as he can maintain pace for a few more laps, that advantage for everybody else that pitted is going to go away.
I'm just looking at the spots there right now, and I see in 9th and 10th, Lynch and Marion and Bruce all fighting over those 9, 10, 11 spots. They've been quick guys tonight, so that's an interesting pack right there right now. And I think we have Goldman in front of them, and he's fighting for his playoff spot, of course.
Even after being involved in a couple incidents, Gallman doing a great job out there. Darren Bruce still maintaining top 10 after that spin. Gallman up into the wall a little bit, giving Lynch the advantage, but the 36 is right there in front of Gallman. Lynch is going to go ahead and take the 71 down low.
I just see Cochran and McCabe did their personal best just then. 28-8 for both of the boys.
Wow, big group up back there with the 33, 71, 39. Big bump from the 52. Let's see if they can maintain it. All of them up into the wall.
Wow. Goldman in the wall. Marion in the wall.
Marion taking some heavy damage right there.
Lynch and Goldman still side by side here.
They keep it green flag, though.
Yeah. Bruce with the outside run on Lynch right now.
Cochran with now a 0.6 second lead on everybody. There's only 25 laps to go. As long as he can maintain pace, I think he has a good chance.
Jacob Malone just put himself into second position.
Wow, how did he do that so quick? He was back in like 8th, right?
I have no idea. That's amazing. Amazing drive.
And Malone only has, what, 7 lap newer tires?
Yep. Malone is half a second down on Cochran.
I figured he was going to get stuck behind that field a little bit.
25 laps to go. I think there's going to be another yellow between now and the end of the race.
Oh, I'm hoping not.
I'm hoping not. But these guys are fighting pretty hard here now.
Oh, Cochran up into the wall, giving the advantage to Malone there. Malone now kept right behind him. Malone up into the wall.
Yeah, Cochran was pretty deep on entry then.
Malone taking the inside of Cochran.
He didn't block that at all.
I wouldn't have. As fast as he was going right there, I really wouldn't have either.
Yeah, Malone pulled a great slide job then. Just a perfect slide job. Wow, what a great corner for Malone. So at the moment we have Malone, Cochran, McCabe, Ellswick, and Dunn in the top 5. Darren Bruce has dropped back to 9th, Lynch in 8th, and Goldman in 10th. Marion with over half a second lead now out over Cochran.
Yeah, he's almost brought it to a whole second. He's 3/4 of a second.
Yeah.
He has officially brought that to 1 second. Those ITNL paint jobs looking good out there.
You know, after watching Malone a little closer in the last few races, I get shocked at how consistent he is. He's just always consistent. Very rarely do you see bad laps. You just see consistent laps all the time. When he needs to pull a quick one out, he can pull a quick one out, but just he seems to have so much more consistency than everyone else. Chris Campbell You get the best paint job of the night award for me.
Yeah, it
Great
definitely looks
paint
good.
job.
$18 laps left here for the final stripe 272 at Darlington for the THDesigns Cup Series, hosted by Lake Dog Home Inspection. Looks like he's now increased that lead to 2 seconds. Cochran's going to have a problem. Looks like McCabe is closing on him. But Ellswick's right there too.
Yeah, Dunn's not far off either. So he's going to have a lot of company here in a moment.
Marion trying to keep it together.
Yeah, 16 laps to go. It's the business end. We see Elliott closing in now on Campbell.
Yeah, he's side by side with the 52, now trying to take that spot away. Campbell's actually a few laps down, I think. He's 1 lap down. Elliott tapping the 52. 52 up into the wall. That's going to give the advantage to the 87. 87 is now going to be on the inside. 87 of our lane trying to get something, make something happen after that incident.
Man, it's so hard to make a clean pass on this, even when you're passing a lapper.
Yeah, it's incredibly hard to do anything as far as passing goes.
I don't know how you felt, but I know on Tuesday night I got in a couple of positions at times where I was like, well, I have to send it. If I don't send it, the guy behind me is gonna catch me. So, you know, just running around. If I didn't send it on entry, then I'd have no chance. But then I also found that a lot of people would just move up and give you the spot.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't trying to push it in there too wide. I was checking up quite a bit coming into the corners.
Yeah.
You were able to maintain what? Up in the top 5 almost all night.
Yeah, pretty much until I got a Darlington stripe on the front end. Really
God.
hard. So, yeah. Burrow and I did pretty much exactly the same thing. So, but no, it was a good race by everybody. It was great racing with everyone. Okay, we've got 11 laps to go now, and we see Malone out front with a 3-second lead over Cochran. That'll be pretty hard to catch Malone with 10 laps to go.
Cochran maintaining that distance in front of McCabe. McCabe just not able to get up to the back of him.
Is that a new paint scheme from Cochran?
Yeah, because the Eternal Racing team has disbanded a little bit, so he went ahead and threw on his old paint job.
That was a pretty hard hit he had just then. It looks like he's on it pretty hard right now. That was a pretty hard hit he had with the outside of the wall in the middle of the turn.
He's still gaining lead.
Yeah, 3.9 he's at from Malone. And he's increased it over McCabe. out to over a second. I see Campbell into the pits.
Beautifully done by the 77, not causing an incident going into that turn right there.
It looks like Bruce has some pace here.
Yeah, Bruce back up to 6th.
Yeah. Remember, the guys that are going to be working hard right now to are for the last playoff spot will be Goldman, Marion, Elliott, Lyons, Josh McCabe, Benjamin Archuleta.
Archuleta, unfortunately, out of the race. He's been out for quite a few laps now. That's definitely going to give the advantage to the guys in front, behind him.
Times have dropped off a little bit now. We're into that stage where there's a little bit of few laps on those tires, so they've dropped down to for the really quick guys that are pushing hard, 29.5, and then everyone else is around the 30-second mark.
Bruce making his way up to Openchowski right here. Openchowski staying low to let those guys by. A lot of courtesy tonight.
Yeah, Lynch is onto the back of Bruce there. That'll be interesting. Concentrating here on Goldman in 10th and Campbell.
Cochran
3 laps.
Go.
Yeah, 3 laps to go.
Cochran losing a bunch of that lead to the 35. 35 catching up pretty quick. He's going to be right up behind Shane Cochran. Shane Cochran's going to have to just stay focused.
Yeah, he's got the 35 of McCabe, and then Ellswick is also right behind McCabe.
Oh, he is too. Look at that.
Yeah, so if Cochran gets out of it too much or there's a little bit of trouble, he won't lose 1 spot. He'll lose 2.
2 to go.
Malone with a handy
final lap.
7-second lead.
I know. I've seen that just now. 7 seconds. Here we go.
Yeah,
Last lap coming around Darlington for the final stripe 272. Who's it going to be?
Yeah, Malone has driven a perfect race. Great job, Malone.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. There's our winner, Jacob Malone, taking home the checkered flag here at Darlington, South Carolina for the THDesign Cup Series. Lake Dog Home Inspection Final Stripe 272. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll be right back with your driver interviews. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with our driver interviews. Thank you so much for being here once again. We're going to go ahead and start it off with our leader, Jacob Malone. How we doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, had a very good team night as a whole. I feel like we did well stage-wise and finish-wise. We all did our best, drove an excellent race, worked with each other well, managed, had good strategy. So that was very fun. But I can't really complain about anything. So I drove a good run, good race, had some very good long run speed, and that's what I was looking for.
Well, you guys did an amazing job tonight, as we expected the IT and Out group to do, and yourself, obviously. I think this is your 5th win this season?
Yeah.
Well, good job, man, of keeping calm out there. We've seen you drop back a few times, make your way back up to the front. Awesome effort, and congratulations on this win here at Darlington for the Final Stripe 272.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
Well, of course, the IT and Out group. We worked amazing together. You guys for putting this together, letting us have fun and compete. So I think those are my top 2 right there. Anyone in the chat that was rooting for me, if there is any or was any, thank you as well. My PC just crashed.
No way.
Yep.
Well, you did a great
Good
job
job,
and finished
Jacob.
off strong. Great job, buddy.
Have a good one, guys.
Absolutely. As we move on to our second place driver, our very own GEC Ninja, Shane Cochran, almost taking home a win here. Congratulations, Shane Cochran. How do we feel?
Feel pretty good, man. We ran out of fuel coming to the line, so that was pretty
no
good. We
way.
were safe. I was, everybody came down pit road, and I thought, I think we're going to catch another caution or two. I saved more tires. I was ready for a late race restart, and then it just went green, and with about 10 to go, I started clutching it and just trying to keep a gap on those IT and Out guys behind me because they were coming. And then with 3 laps to go, they were on my bumper, so I just let it roll, and we ran out coming out of turn 4 and made it to the end. So my dad was losing his mind. He was like, "You got to save more. You got to save more." Like, we're going to make it.
Well,
So that was a great one. I think that was the 2 in a row, second to Malone. I think we're going to finish the regular season second in points to Malone. So we're going to be hopefully the favorite to take this guy down. He's done a heck of a job, but we're going to give him everything we got.
well,
I
great.
was really impressed with your early speed. You were on it immediately. I noticed you got into the wall a couple of times in the last few laps, so I guess that was because you were rolling everything through there. So
Yeah, I mean,
great effort.
you don't realize how much that downshift helps turn the car. As soon as you just press in the clutch, it goes right in the wall.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Great job, great effort.
absolutely
Thank
great
you.
effort, Cochran. Thank you so much for being here and just putting on a great show. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
Oh, just my dad. Like I said, he was reading off fuel stats 3 times a lap there for that last run, and we really tried to plan this one out to save a set of tires, assuming there'd be a late crash, and there wasn't. So, but yeah, I want to thank all you guys. I love hearing this booth. The more you got, like 20 guys up there now, it sounds great.
I mean, hey, we do the best we can versus what you do on Tuesdays, man. We're just trying to shine a little light on your brightness up there. So, well, congratulations, Cochran, and thank you so much for being here. We're gonna go ahead and kick it off with our last driver, Jason. Oh man, I want to say
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Jason McCabe. My bad. I almost said Josh. I almost did it. But either way, congratulations. You were lights out fast all night. You and your brother were keeping up with each other. You guys were actually first and second there for a while, and unfortunately, he wound up dropping back a little bit, but you maintained it, and you were able to come out with a podium, man. How does it feel?
It feels great from starting towards the back and making our way up to the front, and just was super conservative. Just I saved a set of tires, 2 sets of tires, just being extra conservative. If someone was on my bumper, I just let them by. And it worked out in an advantage towards the end, where I was able to stay out of all the crashes For the most part, I got spun one time, and it stayed green. So to even recover from that as well is just super stoked. It's almost like running up front with these guys. Kind of feels like the old school GEC days. So felt good.
Nah,
You did an incredible job on that first stage. Both of you guys did. Was that your plan right from the start? Is to come in early and run long?
It was in my mind. If so, basically, since I started towards the back, I just pitted every single caution and got topped off on gas. Didn't take any tires, and it paid off because I had like 2 laps to go, or less than 2 laps to go when that first stage cautioned and trapped a lot of guys lopped down, and that in turn helped me later on in the race when I got spun and I was able to stay on the lead lap. So it worked out really good in my favor, and it's hasn't been this way at all this season. So it's finally good to have something go my way.
Yeah, great effort. Great effort.
absolutely. You guys looked amazing out there tonight. Especially those IT and out paint jobs just looked awesome all over the track. You guys had a bunch of people in the top 10 tonight, and just congratulations, man. You guys all did great.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Is there anybody else you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
Just my team affiliate, IT and out. They helped me out a lot. Couldn't do it without them. They, like you just said, they're a team to be reckoned with, and they're definitely good to have on my side.
Well, great job, man. We look forward to seeing you out towards the playoffs this season. And just amazing job. All-Star race next week. You going to be there?
I plan on it. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you there, man. Good luck to you out there, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Jamie.
Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all once again for being here for the home dog late. Jeez, I messed that all up, didn't I? Oh man, the Lake Dog home inspection. Last stripe 272. Man, that's a hard one to get out.
That's quite the mouthful, Jamie.
It really is. For the THDesign Cup Series, thank you so much. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that notification button so you can see when we go live every single week. We will see you all next time here at GEC NASCAR.